Long ago, the word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. God said, "Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it because its wickedness has come up before me." But Jonah did not want to go to Nineveh. Instead, he decided to run away from the Lord. He headed for Tarshish, a faraway place. He went down to Joppa, found a ship bound for Tarshish, paid the fare, and boarded it to flee from the Lord. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea. A violent storm arose, threatening to break the ship apart. All the sailors were terrified, and each cried out to his God. They threw the cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. But Jonah had gone below deck, where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain found him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will notice us so we will not perish." The sailors decided to cast lots to find out who was responsible for the calamity. The lot fell on Jonah. They asked him, "Tell us, who is responsible for making all this trouble for us? What kind of work do you do? Where do you come from? What is your country? From what people are you?" Jonah answered, "I am a Hebrew and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." This terrified them, and they asked, "What have you done?" They knew he was running away from the Lord because he had already told them so. As the sea grew rougher, the sailors asked Jonah, "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?" Jonah replied, "Pick me up and throw me into the sea, and it will calm. I know that it is my fault this great storm has come upon you." The men tried their best to row back to land, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder. They cried out to the Lord, "Please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man, for you, Lord, have done as you pleased." Then they took Jonah and threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. At this the men greatly feared the Lord, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows to him. Now the Lord provided a huge fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord his God. Jonah said, "In my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very heart of the seas, and the currents swirled about me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. The engulfing waters threatened me, the deep surrounded me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath barred me in forever. But you, Lord my God, brought my life up from the pit. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to you, to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. But I, with shouts of grateful praise, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed I will make good. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord. And the Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey with Jonah. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more inspiring stories. See you next time.